Welcome, Smoking Sassy. Today we are making, I guess I would call it faux fried chicken because it's like fried chicken, but it's not cooked in oil. So we cook it on the big green egg.
Yeah, so it's going to be healthier for you. Not that we're dietitians.
Yeah, I'm not an expert, but like I said, it isn't cooked in oil, but it does have the nice crunch to it that a traditional fried chicken would have. I'm using the egg. You can use, the only reason why I use the egg because I figure chicken, egg, kind of goes together, but I mean, obviously you can use a smoker. You can even do it in the oven. You just won't get the smoke part of it. So yeah, let's get prepping. We got to get our wet ingredients and our dry ingredients, and of course, you know, we'll dunk them and get them breaded and get them out on the smoker. So let's go and get started.
I love me some fried chicken, AJ.
Well, this isn't fried chicken. It is going to have that kind of texture though. So it's the same process of making fried chicken. The only difference is we're going to put it on the egg at 400 degrees and cook it that way. We'll spray it with some cooking oil intermittently. So first thing we need to do is prepare our wet.
So does that mean it's going to be a little bit more guilt-free?
I hope so. It is in my head, but I'm not a dietitian. So what I have here is I have a cup of whole milk. Just regular whole milk. I'm going to dump a tablespoon of vinegar in it. Now, I've been asked if you can make it with buttermilk. The answer is I don't know. I tried it with buttermilk, which, you know, a lot of people use vinegar and milk to make buttermilk or as a substitute. However, the time I've tried it twice, the time I did buttermilk, it didn't seem to come as crunchy. So I don't know. You know, there's 100 variables. You know, it could be humidity, whatever it is. But I'm gonna go with the one that worked better last time, which was the vinegar and the milk.
And that's why we try these recipes over and over again, right?
Yep. So we're just gonna wait a couple minutes and just let this thicken up a little bit. So probably like 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay.
So it's been about 5 minutes. You can see it thickening up. You probably won't be able to see on the camera. Now I'm gonna dump 2 eggs in there and whisk it. I'm not gonna be too furious with it because I don't wanna, this is a small container.
You don't want to go in everywhere?
I don't want to go in everywhere. All right, so this is looking pretty good. I'm just gonna put this aside and then we're going to talk about our dry ingredients. For the dry ingredients, I have 2 cups of flour in here and 3 tablespoons of baking powder already.
Okay.
And then I also have, I'm using 3 tablespoons of this Texas brisket rub. Some people will think that's kind of odd to use a brisket rub on fried chicken. I love it. The thing about this, I'm using Killer Hogs. This is Malcolm Reed's. If you guys, I know I've said before, if you want a great channel, go see Malcolm's. But this is his. And the thing I like about Malcolm's, and I'm guessing it's because it's a brisket, it's a lot more coarse than some other mixes, some other rubs. Again, you're not going to be able to tell on the camera, but it is more coarse, and that's the reason why I like the heavy pepper flavor on the fried chicken. So we're just going to sprinkle that on in there. Like this is 3 tablespoons. And then I have 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, so it does give it a little kick. Like I said, we do have people who don't like it, but I don't think it will tell too much. And then a teaspoon of paprika also.
Oh, okay.
Just sprinkle that.
And the key is to make sure there's enough spice that you don't just get a bite of flour.
Right, exactly. And then what I'm gonna do is stir this in. And I don't know what it is when I cook for a Smoking Sassy audience, but I do like finding the smallest bowls, containers to show for whatever reason. I do like this pan because it's easy to put the chicken in there later. Because it's nice and flat, but it does kind of get messy if you get too aggressive on the mixing. And I don't know if you noticed, I did sprinkle it evenly as much as possible to try to help out with that.
You know, I know we're not making a gravy today, but I'll tell you what, looking at that and the spice mixture, that would make a great roux for a gravy.
That would.
Yeah.
We have to try that. And so today we're going to be cooking, in the egg we're going to be cooking thighs and legs. I bought these in bulk at the store. We did cut them apart ourselves. This is dark meat, so this way we can get them up to like 185 and not dry it out like you would, you know, the white breast meat. You would never dream of cooking breast meat to 185. If you do have nice glass of water with you or something. But so like I said, so we just separate these, and again, we're going to do a dry, wet, dry process here.
And a lot of people, you know, they tend to want white meat, but the dark meat is just so much, it's juicy, it's more flavorful.
Yeah.
Most professional chefs really will tell you to go with the dark.
Yeah, we rarely buy we rarely buy white meat anymore. You know, I'll go get the boneless thighs before I get breast, you know, the breast anymore. So I could definitely try the dark meat. I think you'll be much happier with your chicken. So let's get set up for the wet dry, or sorry, the dry wet dry. So we're all set up here. I have my dry, I have my wet, and then I got a new rack here that we're gonna put the chicken on. I try to remember to keep, you know, separate hands, one wet, one dry. I don't do a very good job at it, to be honest with you.
Isn't it funny? You know what you're supposed to do, but then our brain forgets.
Yeah. Just let it drip a little bit. Just make sure it gets covered. You know, if you were doing wings, make sure you get the little, you know, wing pit in there or something, so make sure you get all the rub. That's it. So there's our first drumstick. I'm just gonna lay it on the rack here, and we're gonna keep doing the rest of these. So our chicken's all breaded. I'm gonna throw it on the big green egg. I already have it preheat for 400 degrees. It's an indirect method, meaning I have the convector, so there won't be getting direct heat from the flame. I'll check it about every 15 minutes and I'll spray some oil on it. I'll show you as we go. So we'll see you back in 15 minutes for the first check-in. So here's our chicken. I pulled them off. The internal temperature got to like 185, 190. They don't need to get that hot, but you know, with being dark meat, we can get away with it. I really want to get this crunch, you know what I mean? Kind of hear it.
Crunchy fried chicken.
Crunchy fried chicken, so you know, I leave it there longer than you traditionally would. Like I said, I did this on the egg, and I have a large egg. All you eggheads will know what I'm talking about, because I have the convector in there, and I put 8 pieces on there, and it was a little too much. It was kind of overhanging the sides there. It was getting the direct heat, and some of the pieces did get a little charred, and nothing bad. It's still fine. So yeah, if you have a large egg, I would probably limit yourself to 5 pieces of chicken, because it'll fit better, you know, behind that deflector shield there.
Don't overcrowd the pan.
Don't overcrowd the grill. So lesson learned. That one's on Smoking Sassy. So let's give this a try. Here's a thigh right here. I'll cut into it. Now, if we weren't tasting this on video, I would literally just pick this up and I may just do that anyway because it's not cutting very well.
I was gonna say, guys, he's gonna pick it up and eat it as soon as the camera's off.
Hell yeah. So there's a piece there for you, kind of beat up, but it's
perfect though. I love fried chicken. And I'll tell you what, so does AJ's wife. She's so excited.
Yeah, she loves anything we do chicken. So it is a lot easier to eat with your hands, obviously.
Yeah. Oh,
Isn't that good? Mm-hmm. And really, you can't even tell, you know, if I didn't tell you, you couldn't even tell that it was not cooked in oil.
But the smoke flavor. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is really good. I will say this, cook as much as you're going to eat in one sitting. Maybe there's better ways to try. I tried warming this up a couple different ways. This skin will get really rubbery tomorrow for leftovers. So I wouldn't cook it, you know, more than you're going to eat in a day. It just gets, the texture gets a little weird. The taste is still there. But I mean, that probably even happens with regular fried chicken too.
It does, it does.
Yeah. So make sure you subscribe and click notifications. We'll be back next Thursday with another delicious recipe.
And taste, savor, and enjoy like I'm just about to.
Bye.
Bye.